Okay, this is part 2 of the Isaiah 62 lesson. My camera cut off. So, okay, we're going to start back down at Isaiah 62 and 10. It says, go out through the city gates, prepare a way for the people, build up the highway, clear away the stones, raise a banner for the people. God is saying it's time to proclaim what he's doing. It's time to clean up and prepare, clean out your heart, clean out your mind, clean out your home if you even need to. Just clean yourself out, clean your temple, and be prepared for what is happening. Build this thing up. Be prepared for this wedding. Be prepared for, not wedding, be prepared for this kingdom marriage. Be prepared for this kingdom spouse, okay? 11 says, look, the Lord has proclaimed to the ends of the earth. Say to daughter Zion, look, your salvation is coming. His wages are with him, and his reward accompanies him. And they will be called the holy people, the Lord's redeemed, and you will be called cared for, a city not deserted. I'm going to go back to the beginning of 11. Look, the Lord has proclaimed to the ends of the earth. In the movie Cinderella, the 2015 version, there's a point where the king, not the king, I think he actually was the king at that point. Yeah, because I think his father had passed away. But anyway, look, the Lord has proclaimed. The prince, or the king, if he was at that time, made a proclamation. He had one of his servants go out and proclaim that he wanted the woman who was wearing the glass slipper to come to the castle and to marry her. He made a proclamation, a decree, and a declare. We like to decree and declare things, right? God said it's time to make this proclamation. It's time to decree and declare that you will be marrying your kingdom spouse. It's time to decree and declare that if this person, because he said, if she will have me, I want to marry her. Like when she comes, like this is what your kingdom spouse is going to say. He's going to see you and he's going to be prepared already. And he's going to make the proclamation and the declaration and the decree that this thing is established. I'm ready to establish this thing. If you will have me, let's do this thing. Okay. To the ends of the earth. This proclamation went out to the entire city or town or whatever it was called. But everyone knew, and so everyone was on alert that if you know this woman, if you can get in contact with this woman, let her know that the king is summoning her because he wants to wed her. Okay, say to daughter Zion, look, your salvation is coming. Prince Charming, Boaz, Jesus, they are our salvation. Boaz and Prince Charming are like Jesus. Jesus saved us. Okay, his sacrifice, his ultimate sacrifice for once and for all saved us so that one day we too will be the bride. We will be the bride of the Lamb. Like that's, oh, your salvation is coming. Okay, his wages are with him. He paid the price. Jesus paid the price. Boaz has paid the price for Ruth. He did what he needed to do to become her kinsman redeemer. Prince Charming has put all of his resources. It says his wages are with him and his reward accompanies him. He put it all together, whatever he had to do to make sure Jesus paid the price. He paid the dowry, whatever was required to make you, to make us, to make the people of God his bride. That's what he did. That's what God is sending to us. That's the type of kingdom spouse God wants to send to us. Someone who will lay it out on the line and go through whatever sacrifice and scrape together whatever, whatever cash, or you know what I'm saying? Like somebody who is going to go the extra mile and go above and beyond anyone else to make sure that they secure you. Okay, and they will be called the holy people. This union, this coming together, the two of you, you will be called the holy people, the chosen people of God, the Lord's redeemed. Okay, the redeemed. God wants to redeem you. It says Zion's restoration. This whole thing is about redeeming you. This whole thing is about redeeming us, you and your spouse, because you don't know what your spouse has been through. Similar to you, but this whole relationship is going to redeem the both of you. Okay, and you will be called cared for, a city not deserted. Back here in verse 4, it says you will no longer be called deserted, and your land will not be called desolate. God is saying you're going to be called cared for, like that vineyard when everything was cleaned out of the vineyard. What I was saying, how I said I felt like God was saying the nettles and the briars had to be cleaned out of the vineyard. God is saying that I'm calling you cared for. I am going to restore you. Okay, you will no longer be deserted. You will no longer be abandoned. You will no longer be left behind. God is bringing you to the forefront. He wants to redeem you, and he wants to do it with a proclamation in front of many, to the ends of the earth. He said God wants you to understand that you will be the example that he has created you to be. Your kingdom marriage will be an example to many. Those that didn't think that you would get married, those that did, those that have a need for help in their own. God is trying to restore you so that he can put you on a pedestal of sorts. He wants to highlight you. He wants to show you how much you mean to him. And he's giving you this kingdom marriage. For many, it's a restoration, right? Because he has not forgotten about you. He has crowned you. He has called you royalty. He's called you his beloved. And so I hope, sorry that the video was cut in half. So I hope it makes sense. If you are watching this and you're like, what is she talking about? Please go back to the first one. This is part 2 and I'll mark a part 1. But just be encouraged. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know the promises that God has given you, but if you know that kingdom marriage is a promise that he has spoken over you, read Isaiah 62 and be encouraged. He is restoring us. He is restoring us just like he restored Jerusalem, okay? You are a light. He says he's not going to be silent and he will not keep still. He says he is going to restore you, restore your righteousness like a bright light and your salvation like a flaming torch. Our God is so good. That's the word. And I hope that this was good. I hope this makes sense. And I hope that you are in eager anticipation of what God is going to do in your life.